Welcome to the Victorian Parent Council VPC Parent Podcast Series. VPC is a registered charity organisation dedicated to everyone who support parents in educating their children.
Hi everyone, this is Jerry Penny, a guest host today for the Victorian Parents Council podcast. And today we have as our other guest is Kim Norton from Rainbow Light Therapies. And welcome, Kim.
Hi Jerry, how are you?
Good, thank you. And thanks for coming along. Today we're actually going to talk about a topic that is very prominent at the moment because it's all about starting school. I know personally this is only last year for one of my kids and 4 years ago for the other kid. Starting primary school is just, it can just seem so daunting. It only seems like a few days ago you were bringing them home from the hospital. Yep, exactly. So, there's so much research that goes into finding the right school and everything like that. And I know that you've got 8 great tips for starting primary school. So I'd just love you to share those with us today.
Yes, certainly. I'll tell you a little bit about myself first, if you like.
Yeah, sure. That'd be great.
Okay, so I'm a holistic counsellor who works out of a studio in Lane Warren. I work with special needs kids in particular, and as an NDIS registered provider, I provide mainstream counselling for them. For my other clients, I offer other range of services that all hone back on managing stress and anxiety. So having a son with autism and a teenage daughter with high anxiety, I've had a little bit of experience myself over the last 18 years. And one of the things that I have been passionate about is helping our kids in the school system. I have worked in the school system and run various workshops and see lots of clients around helping them manage the stress starting school in particular. And that's our topic for today, starting primary school.
Fantastic. So I'll just let you go for it, Kim. What's the first tip?
First tip is making sure your child is familiar with their school. So if they've been attending a kindergarten or a creche or any type of kindergarten program really, they will have had some type of orientation into their school. But sometimes if we're moving house or changing schools, you might not have had that opportunity as yet. It's important to make them familiar with the school. So take them there for a walk, have a game of basketball. A lot of them are open on weekends to use the grounds. And if not, contact the school a couple of days prior and ask to have that tour of the school if you haven't already done so.
And I guess also maybe showing your child where you'll drop them off and pick them up each day as well.
Exactly. So pointing out the areas of interest for them, where their classroom is, where the office is, any safe spaces that they might need, where their principal's office is if they need to go there, toilets, all of the usual.
Yeah, I know at my school that the foundation and the prep students get, there's a stage. So you cannot get your prep kid from anywhere else except that stage, so that they know that they don't leave that stage until one of their parents or carers has picked them up.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing is they might be attending after school care or before school care, so they might need to know where that is and how to get to that area themselves.
Yeah. And the same goes with after school care. They actually come and get the preps at the stage. So it's a really good system.
It is. It's a good system.
Yeah. What's your second tip?
Second tip is that if your child's attending a primary school where they might not know anybody, they might be changing schools or moving houses, it might be beneficial for you to arrange some play dates with some kids that might be in your same class. It's probably a little bit late now, this late in the school holidays, but there's still time. We've still got a few days. So if you can find out who's in the class by contacting the school, you might be able to arrange those play dates. And it's a good way for the parents to get to know each other too, because parents might need help with school drop-offs or pickups as well. Yeah,
absolutely. Look, even just the first term is a fantastic time to get lots of play dates under your belt and meeting lots of parents, going out for parent dinners and things like that. I've personally found that the most support I've gotten is generally from other parents, and it's really good to know who you can trust to pick up your kids when you're running late.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it takes a village.
It does. Yeah. So tip number 3.
Tip number 3 is label everything. In a school of 300 plus kids all wearing the same uniform, the same school bags, same pencil cases, it's imperative that you label everything, especially even though we might label our clothes by putting a name on the collar or on the tag. Tags can get cut off. Label it in more than just one spot is always a good tip. And with the school bags, put an identifying tag or something on the school bag that your kid can identify with, so that, Paw Patrol sticker or something that will stand out for them so that they know that it's their bag. Go shopping with them, buy the lunch boxes, buy the things that they'd like. It will help encourage them to pack their bags themselves if they've picked out what they want, how they want to use it, etc.
Yeah, it's a really great idea, because they will come home with everyone else's hat and not their own. And I always find a really good tip is, as a parent, to put the school class number on there, like 2E or something like that, because then if I find a hat in the playground, I can just go straight to that classroom, just give it to the teacher, and it's so much easier than just putting it in lost property and the kid never finds it. So
exactly. Yeah. Good tip.
Here I am giving tips as well. What do you know?
Well, that's what it's all about. It's all about sharing and learning from each other. That's how we get through it.
Number 4, this is a tip I've been thinking about for the last 2 weeks. Kim, what is it?
I know. Bring the bedtime hour back. So slowly but surely bring that bedtime hour back. If you've been letting your kids start later over the holidays, which most of us have, it's time now, a week before school starts is the perfect time to just start reining it back in, just 15 or 20 minutes each night, making them go to bed that little bit earlier and then getting them up that little bit earlier in the morning as well. So by the time the first day of school comes, they're pretty much back into their normal bedtime routine.
Yes.
If they don't have a normal bedtime routine for school, now's the time to start one. The calmer our kids are before they go to sleep, the better quality of sleep they'll have. They're more refreshed and less stressed and anxious they will be in the morning. So now's the time to start doing it.
Is that kind of brings us into tip 5? It's pretty much the same, isn't it? About just
this is about developing the routine. So the routine is really important, because our kids will cope a lot better with their stress and anxiety if they know what's about to happen next. And that goes for all of us. If we know what is about to happen, we're less likely to stress about it.
Yeah.
A good bedtime routine doesn't mean that you have to stick to, the 6:05 p.m. is dinner time and then the 7:10 is something, the bath or something. We just need to have that basic routine where they know that they're going to have dinner, then they're going to do a little bit of light exercise just to wear off any last minute angst before they start to calm down for bed. Do some calming activities, which unfortunately for most of our kids does not include iPads, electronic equipment like Xboxes and PlayStations, but more things like drawing, colouring in, playing Lego, whatever time allows, really. And then doing something calming in bed before they go to sleep so that they can drift off into that nice, deep quality sleep.
Yeah, I find that definitely that even if the kids know the steps, that of what they'll be doing, it's a lot calmer. And when I get out of my own routine, that always upsets the kids' routine, and the next thing you know, it's 10 o'clock and they're into bed at 10 o'clock.
Exactly. And for these kids starting primary school, we've got to think that they really need that sort of 10 to 12 hours sleep. If you work backwards, what time do they have to get up in the morning? And then what time do they have to be asleep by?
So what's your next tip? I think we're up to number 6.
We are number 6. Don't leave everything to the last minute. So pack their school bags and have their uniforms washed and ready to go a couple of days in advance, and get the kids to help you do that so they can see what goes into that. So go shopping with them to buy the school snacks to go into the lunch boxes. Get them to help cook and prepare some of those snacks if you're going to do some baking and freeze the snacks or the lunches in advance. Get them to help you with all of that. They're not going to become watching you rush around the day before, pulling your hair out because you haven't been to the supermarket or you haven't got a loaf of bread or you're going to run out of milk. Plan ahead a little bit. Really, it will help everybody.
Yeah, I always like to start the school year off with a good routine as well, of them even just emptying their own lunch boxes out of their bags when they come home from school, and making sure that gets done, because then in the morning and you're finding soggy, gross lunch boxes. It's
old bananas and
it can be a pretty stressful thing in the morning. So I think if you just start a good routine there as well after school, that can be a really good one.
Yep.
Number 7.
Tip number 7 is to listen to their concerns and worries. Okay, it can be a really stressful time for us as parents letting our kids go.
Yep.
Okay, and worrying about if they're going to make friends and if they're going to fit in, and especially with the parents of kids with special needs or additional needs, or some kids that just have high anxiety or just don't fit into that perfect little box. Yeah, so it can be quite stressful for us. So quite often we will quieten them and not want to hear what their worries and concerns are, because then we take it on and makes us worry. So sit down and listen to what they have to say. If they're worried about if they're going to make friends, if they're worried about not remembering their teacher's name, if they're worried about getting lost, these are the things that they will be worried about. So listen to them, talk to them about it, and give them some strategies to manage it. Don't not listen to them just so you don't have to worry about what they're going through. Talk to them, give them the strategies like some breathing exercises, the good bedtime routine, wonderful kids meditations out there on YouTube that really help calm the sleep and after school. Just listen and be there for them.
That's fabulous. And I believe you've got some fabulous meditations of your own that you've done, Kim, to help the kids. So my kids themselves have listened to some of your meditations.
Yes, there are some meditations that I have on my YouTube channel. There's so many out there. You just got to find the right voice that you like, and it's all there. It's all free. It's on YouTube. Use it.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's the last tip?
Very last one is to be positive and to set a positive example. So try talking positively about your experiences at primary school. No matter how many years ago that might have been, it will still resonate with your child. Okay. If there are older siblings that might be going to the same school, ask them if they are willing to play the role of big brother or big sister at school. If it's okay if the younger sibling can come up and see them at recess or lunchtime if they need help or some sort of guidance. Make sure you ask that older sibling and talk to them about that too, because that's some of the discussion that needs to be had, not just assumed.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess all you can say now to people is just to enjoy the time, savor the moment as well.
Enjoy it. Exactly, because
before you know it, we'll be talking about starting high school.
Yes, exactly. And just enjoy this moment with them, and just time goes so quick. My kids are 15 and 18 now, and I look back and think, I just have no idea where all that time's gone. So enjoy it.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Kim, for these tips. There will be another video that we are making on starting high school, funnily enough. So if you've got children or friends starting high school, please direct them to that video as well. So thank you so much, Kim, and we will talk to you again soon.
Right. Thanks for having me, Jerry.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you to our guest speaker. We hope you enjoyed today's topic. Want to know more about this podcast and other VPC podcasts? Please visit the VPC website vicparentscouncil.vic.edu.au and leave a review. We would also welcome you to contact us if you would like to be our guest, or if you have a topic around parenting and education. Thank you to Melbourne singer Emma Sidney for her permission to use her soundtrack, Cherish. Until next time, thank you for listening.